Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Enjoy the video. Hey YouTubers, so I got an open question for you guys today. Honestly, this is something I've been thinking about ever since we got the Dragon Ball Super Special, but it was on my mind over the last weekend and still is right now. I want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section below. But when we got the Dragon Ball Super Special, of course, episode 19, 110, and then 111 the next week, I've been wondering, could Jiren have been beaten if he had actually gone up against Hit and Goku, as we had seen previously when Hit and Goku actually went up against Dispo in the Pride Troopers? Now, one of the things that we actually did get to see in that particular fight is Hit was really on the ropes with Dispo. Dispo had figured out the Tokodabashi, or at least a way to combat it in a way that wasn't necessarily the way Goku combated it back in the Shoppa arc, Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament arc, for anyone who doesn't know what that's called. And at the same time, it's not necessarily the way we saw Jiren fight it in episode 111, but at the same time, they did give us the team up that everyone had been wanting to see. In fact, everyone was super excited, myself included, to see Goku and Hit actually team up. But it really is strange to me that Hit wouldn't have actually helped out Goku during his fight with Jiren. Maybe there's some mutual understanding there where he knows that Goku really wanted to fight Jiren. Maybe Hit is really more strategic than Goku. I mean, Goku really just jumped into the fight with Dispo without even really caring. Obviously, he wanted a really good fight. He saw that Dispo was really strong, or at least powerful enough to beat Hit. And at the same time, maybe a little bit, I need to help Hit. He's a good friend, and I want to fight him at some point during this tournament. I mean, they even kind of talked about it, so he was willing to help him. So obviously, that makes a lot of sense. And seriously, Hit is way more calculating than Goku. Goku has been kind of all over the place in this particular tournament. I mean, he has not made any really great decisions. Even just kind of the only good decision Goku has made during this entire tournament, honestly, is allowing Gohan to be the team leader. And even that was a bad decision, considering the fact that he knew, or he at least should have known, a reasonable person in Goku's position should have known that nobody would listen to Gohan outside of maybe the human characters like Roshi and Ten Shinhan. And at the same time, Piccolo is definitely going to be listening to Gohan. But is Vegeta going to listen to Gohan? Or the androids? Is Frieza? Is Goku even going to listen to Gohan? Absolutely not. And that's what we saw throughout this entire tournament. But getting back to the point, we have Hit and Goku teaming up to fight Dispo. Why not Jiren? In fact, based on what we saw throughout the special and also what we saw in episode 111, could they have actually beaten Jiren if they had put their minds together, if they put their talents together and actually got something done? And personally, I think yes. I mean, honestly, I think hell yes, honestly. Because look, Jiren was really couldn't put on the ropes when it came to Hit. Hit was able to block his punches while also improving enough to, I guess, adapt to his speed and his strength and allow him to actually punch back, and also use his time displacement technique where he basically froze Jiren in time. Now, a lot of people have talked about with episode 111 and how he was freezing Jiren, and it would have been a good time for Kale, Khalifa, and Kaba to maybe attack Jiren and actually allow them to get him off or something of that manner. I mean, I've seen a lot of people comment that maybe they should have, since he was right up on the edge, maybe they should have destroyed the ring to the extent that it would literally knock him off or something like that. And yes, that's a good criticism, but I think one of the reasons that wasn't necessarily an option for Hit is because he at least knew or understood at some level that Jiren has this force field about him. We've seen it before in this tournament. We know that it's not easy to hit this guy. When Goku literally shot his Kamehameha wave at him, it was just kind of deflecting off, and then it literally took Goku going Super Saiyan God, the thing that we had seen him go up against with Dispo and Hit at the beginning of this tournament. It took that form for Jiren to even raise one finger in order to actually block Goku. So seriously, maybe Hit understood that and he just wanted to hold him there for as long as possible, and then he decided that the best way to beat him was to actually give him one punch. But at the same time, I can imagine Hit, if Goku was working with him, allowing Goku or trusting Goku's strength enough, be it Super Saiyan God or even Super Saiyan Blue, if Jiren had absolutely no means of protection at that level of strength. Kaioken times 20 in Super Saiyan Blue or something of that manner, or maybe even the Spirit Bomb, I think Hit would have allowed Goku to step in and they would have worked together. I honestly think that they could have smashed Jiren. It just goes to show you that Goku has a real problem working with others in order to get things done, because as they said time and time again, the lesson that not only Roshi was trying to kind of tell Goku at the very beginning of Dragon Ball, where you're not always the strongest and you need to kind of keep a cool head over your shoulders, but as far back as the Fukatsu no F arc of Dragon Ball Super, where Whis is literally sitting there and telling Goku and Vegeta that if you would just work together, you can accomplish way more than you could individually. And I think the same could be said about Hit and Jiren. Especially the same could probably be said even about Vegeta and Goku working together somewhere in this tournament, or maybe just following Gohan's lead and not necessarily going up against anyone without the requisite number of people. In fact, a lot of people have been pointing out this, and I really want to see it as well. You know, Jiren is so strong, it might be that he's going to win the tournament. I've talked about this on this channel before, but maybe, just maybe, somebody will actually listen to Gohan and Universe 7 and maybe even Universe 6, you know, for the betterment of the two universes, maybe duke it out at the end amongst themselves like we saw in the last tournament, you know. Maybe they'll work together in order to take off Jiren, and a team effort to take off one person, or maybe, I guess, a team to take out a team, considering Toppo and Dispo are still in the ring and sitting there protecting Jiren at this point. But a team effort to take out one person or a three-man team, I think would be really interesting to see in this particular arc, and I would be reeling from it at this point. All I'm really trying to get out here is Goku and Hit working together would have completely smashed Jiren. I know, just strategic-wise, maybe it wouldn't have been the best fight ever. Maybe they could have decided that this guy is too much of a threat for our particular universes to get a decent fight. We just need to actually get him out. And maybe that's the fatal flaw with both of these guys. More so with Goku than I think with Hit. Like I said, I think Hit is way more strategic than Goku. And he was actually trying to figure out a way to take Jiren out without actually having to take him out or actually having to go the distance with the guy. So honestly, what are your thoughts on this, guys? I really liked both fights, but personally, I feel like we should have actually gotten a Goku and Hit fight against Jiren, or at least something where maybe Hit was going to interact with Goku's fight with Jiren a little bit sooner than he did. I mean, obviously he came in right at the end there, which was probably enough to save Goku. You know, saving grace. A lot of people pointed out that Jiren has been letting people stay in the ring. He let Kale stay in the ring after she caused all the destruction back in episode 100, and he also let Goku stay in the ring. But to be fair, he didn't necessarily think he was going to have to stand up against Kale. He didn't necessarily want to step in, so maybe he wasn't thinking about it a lot. Of course, Toppo stepped in right after that and said, you know, you got to rest. You don't need to waste all your energy at this point. And then when Hit came in at the very end of Goku's fight, maybe that stopped Jiren from taking Goku out entirely. And just because he thinks that Goku is so weak after their particular fight, maybe considering the fact that Frieza gave him energy outside of anyone else's view, he thinks that Goku isn't necessarily a threat at this point. But guys, what are your thoughts on this? I'm really interested to hear whether you think Goku and Hit could have teamed up in order to actually beat Jiren, or is this guy just such a monster? When you take Goku's strength and Hit's abilities, put them together, do you think that they couldn't have even won at that, and he would have found a way to beat both of them and maybe eliminate Hit and keep Goku on the stage? Would you have liked that fight better, or are the two separate fights better for you? I mean, anything that you want to talk about with this particular subject, I am all ears, because this is just so interesting and I'm so excited about everything Dragon Ball these days. I mean, October has been great, guys. October has been so awesome when it comes to Dragon Ball and everything that they're giving us, that I think we should all just celebrate it, and honestly, we all just can't wait for the next episode. I'm really sad that Hit's gone. I'm really happy to see, or at least hoping, that Goku's going to come back with a vengeance, and at the same time, we still get to see what Frieza and Kaba and Vegeta and Gohan and Piccolo and the Namekians from Universe 6 Kale and Caulifla and Universe 3 and Universe 2 are all going to do throughout this entire tournament. This is only halfway through, and guys, I cannot be more excited about everything Dragon Ball Super. The games look awesome for the Dragon Ball just universe, fighters, if you haven't seen that, and anything else like that. So I know this has kind of gone on for a little bit longer. I'm just ranting at this point, ranting and raving about how much I absolutely love this particular franchise and everything about it. But guys, I hope you share my excitement. I hope you've been sharing your thoughts and comments on not only this subject, but also make sure to tell me what you love about Dragon Ball Super, what you dislike about Dragon Ball Super, or anything else like that, because I am just all ears. Guys, I'm so excited about everything this month. Dragon Ball Super is on its game, and I know I keep saying that, but I just have to keep reiterating it because it's exciting. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video out to all your friends. Don't forget to hit that bell over by the subscriber button. That's going to notify you every single time I upload. But with that being said, guys, I hope everyone has a good day. It's been real.